This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. Agricultural producers across the U.S. expressed continued concerns over current conditions and future expectations, according to the latest Purdue University CME Group Ag Economy Barometer. Despite the drop, Michael Langemeyer with Purdue says 74% of respondents believe the U.S. is heading in the right direction when it comes to trade and policy.
They think we are headed in the right direction in terms of policy. They're pretty confident in the long-run outlook. The long-run policy outlook, and that's helping sentiment.
The barometer's Farm Financial Performance Index fell 14 points in July, indicating that more farmers expect less income in 2025 compared to last year. Merrillville-based Lakeshore Public Media has appointed a familiar face as interim CEO as the broadcaster weighs its future amid staggering state and federal funding cuts. Nancy Clifford returns to the role that she last held in 2021, succeeding Chuck Roberts, who left for a position with Maryland Public Television. A communications standard bearer in Michiana for decades, Frank Schurz Jr. died Sunday at the age of 94. Schurz's first job with his family's company was as a delivery boy for the South Bend Tribune, and he would go on to leave his mark in media, serving as CEO of Schurz Communications from 1982 to 2007. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
3 of Evansville Vanderburg School Corporation's football stadiums are in various stages of renovations as the 2025-26 school year starts. Improvements at F.J. Wrights High School's Wrights Bowl and Benjamin Bosse High School's Enlow Field include new seating and ADA accessibility, while a synthetic turf project is wrapping up at North High School's Bundrent Stadium. Jason Webkenberg is the district's chief communications officer and says the Wrights Bowl and Enlow Field in particular needed upgrades.
When you've got a historic venue like that, you certainly have to invest in those structures to maintain them. Both of them are very widely used with their school's athletic programs. In addition to that, both of those stadiums each have a high school, a parochial high school that utilizes them when we're not. So they do get a lot of usage. And being at the age they are, we want to make sure that they're in top quality and top shape.
The Wrights Bowl, Enlow Field, and Bundrent Stadium projects cost $7.2 million, $6 million, and $608,000 respectively. Webkenberg said the ability to attend events at these stadiums impacts not only the student bodies and their families, but also residents in the region. 60 Indiana-based companies are included in this year's Inc. 5000 ranking. The publication ranks privately owned companies based on their percentage of revenue growth over the previous 3 years. Zionsville-based software company iSolutions Payments is the highest-ranked Indiana company at number 518, with 779% gross annual revenue growth from 2021 to 2024. The company was ranked number 131 last year. Indiana's top 5 is rounded out by the law office of Deidre N. Haynes, Northwind Pharmaceuticals, and GX Partners, all in Indianapolis, as well as G&L Corporation in Fort Wayne. You can view the full list of Indiana companies at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. The funnel cakes are flying, laughter is filling the Midway, and the tractors are transporting visitors to help them experience all the Indiana State Fair has to offer during its final week. The event draws hundreds of thousands of people to the Indiana State Fairgrounds each year, and Indiana State Fair Commission Executive Director Cindy Hoy says this year's fair will create about $65 million in economic impact.
You think about it, all these kids from 92 counties are coming down to Indianapolis, showing their livestock, they're staying in hotels, they're eating in the restaurants. I mean, that's driving the economy. And then, of course, those small businesses that are helping to put on this fair, that is also driving it.
But that $65 million figure is just part of the equation for the fairgrounds. The 250-acre venue has become an economic engine for the state, hosting around 400 events each year. TV news anchor turned entrepreneur Nicole Pence Becker is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now on the IBJ Media app or your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand. Stay ahead with Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand, your go-to source for the latest business news across the Hoosier State. Join hosts Gary Dick and Alex Brown every weekday morning and afternoon for concise updates on Indiana's top business stories. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast app or listen at ibjpodcasts.com.